this building had such integrity and had such a reverberation throughout the world of architecture.
What I always felt about Robert Frost was it just needed some love.
While it's a gorgeous period building, what we have now really is a state-of-the-art facility.
There was a contest to name a new auditorium, and it had to be named for someone who was born in the state of California, someone who was important, and it appears that it's the student body who actually voted on it. And because a lot of people loved his poetry, that was the choice that was made.
After having been here for a decade and working in the field of architecture, I came to realize that we have more great architects per square inch here in Culver City, probably than anywhere in the world. You know, Craig Hodgetts and Ming Fung, they were the ones who restored the Hollywood Bowl. What a gift to have them here. What a gift to have them working on this project.
I think their vision was unique because they saw and actually revered the history of the building.
It was a daunting project because the structure is really historically significant from an architectural point of view.
And it was amazing because it had evaded anybody's knowledge, even though on an international scale, it was among the most radical and daring structures built in the entire world.
Interestingly, it was the high school newspaper that actually suggested to its staff that they take pictures as the auditorium was being built. The Historical Society has that in the collection because those young people who were on the Centurion newspaper staff were out there with their Brownie cameras, and you'd be surprised what good pictures they took and saved history for all of us.
So when we began working on it and doing research, of course we came across the old line firm of Llewellyn and Moody, and they did very, very traditional work. So we were very puzzled about the character of this building and how, in fact, would it have achieved this level within their firm. And it turns out that a 23-year-old engineer, his name is Nasser, persuaded the architects to think about this type of building.
I was educated as an architect and also as a structural engineer. You know, if there was something that was in extra modern, the boss would assign it to me. And he was kind of teasing the architect next door with things that I had sketched. He was trying to do modern engineering, but was so ingrained at an advanced age that he wasn't really hitting it right. When he got this project, he said, we got this triangular plot for a theater, and we've got to deal with it. But I was, you know, already picturing what I might do. The architect in the Sunday Times had an article in there that he claimed he dreamt about this design at night, and that's how he dreamt of this shape and this thing. When I read the article, I was a little annoyed, so I went into his office and said, I'm very disappointed in your sense of honesty. So he turns red and he says, young man, I'm going to see to it that you have nothing more to do with this job. So he kicked me out. So I went down and told my boss, Johnson, and Johnson said, well, he's got that one wrong. You're the only one in our office that can do it.
What we were looking for was something that transcended just a structural solution.
The most challenging aspect of the project was to provide real state-of-the-art stage mechanics. And how do you insert something like that into this existing building was probably one of the biggest challenge for us.
All the interventions that they've done here fit so perfectly into this building. There's a more intimate feel to it now with the sails that hide the air conditioning at the same time have an acoustic effect. The new proscenium arch, it all totally belongs together.
The arch as a structure that supports a catwalk came from this idea that the geometry of the arch also was to have a dialogue with the shell.
This building is the only one of its kind. So what this does for us here in Culver City as a center for the arts is really extraordinary, because now we have something that matches the level of the creative talent that's here.
It's also great to have a space like this, not just for the high school, but for our middle school, for our elementary schools, because I think everyone kind of levels up now.
This should be a tool for the students. This is something to allow them to experience and learn, and to, in a sense, be the custodians of this project and really help to ensure that it's going to endure into the future was just an incredible privilege.
It was a rare opportunity.
It's a jewel in the crown, really, of Culver City.
Cannot wait to see the first production. It's going to be fabulous. I already know it.